When it comes to backing a trailer with surge brakes on it, it can be a pain and very aggravating if everything's not working correctly. Today we're going to take a look at 4 things that are common issues, really easy fixes to better your backing experience. Surge brakes are found on various types of trailers. They can be in the marine industry, they can be in the rental industry, and then they can just be on regular trailers. There's nothing wrong with surge brakes. If everything is installed correctly, properly maintained, they will work just fine. The purpose for surge brakes is so that you don't have to run an electric controller in your cab. They work very good in the rental industry because a lot of people don't have a brake controller or know how to use that controller, so you can rent the trailer. It will have brakes on it. In the marine industry, they work because there's no electrical components to get submerged in water, possibly short out or not functioning correctly. So they do have a purpose, and I'm completely for surge brakes if properly maintained. But the problem is, many times with surge brakes, they're overlooked, they're not properly maintained. There are quite a few maintenance things you have to do to them. We've covered surge brakes before, but we've had several comments on backing issues. My brakes lock up when I go to back. So today we're going to talk about some of those common issues. There's probably more than 4, but there's 4 that really stand out that you need to look for. We'll cover that. We'll go through them one by one. So we have a Demco coupler. This is the coupler, this is the actuator. There's several components to the actuator. If you want to know everything about an actuator, we do have a video we'll link in the description that shows a full breakdown of a common actuator, all the different components. Now back here towards the back, we have the master cylinder. This is really what makes it work. This is what supplies brake fluid pressure to either the drums or the calipers if you're running a disc setup. So when you go to stop, it works off of inertia. So that's why you don't have to have an electric brake controller. When you go to stop, this actuator will compress to supply brakes. Then when you take off, it will release to release the brake pressure. When everything is correct, it works great. The problem is when you go to back up a trailer, due to the compression of this, it's going to supply brake fluid to the calipers or drums and is going to keep you from backing up. There's a few things that you have to have in place in order to be able to back up. If you have a trailer that has what they call free backing, the actual drum brake assembly is designed to allow you to back up without any extra components, and those work. Sometimes if you're having to back up a hill, they're a little temperamental and they will stick. A lot of manufacturers have gotten away from the free backing and they've put a device in that's either a static lockout or it is an electronic bypass or lockout in order to allow you to back your trailer, whether you're backing it into the water or if you're backing just a cargo or utility trailer, whatever it may be. Probably the first thing I would say when it comes to surge brakes that is an issue is just the lack of knowledge on it. Just have a better understanding of how the surge brake system works. It is all mechanical and it has to have something to allow you to back up. So some of them have a static lock. Some of them will have a pin that will go in the front of the coupler. Some of them will have a lever that will lock that coupler just to keep it from collapsing or compressing when you go to back up. The problem with that is you do have to remove that when you go to tow or you're not going to have any brakes. The most popular thing we see today is some type of electronic device that's going to be a lockout. These are electronic lockouts, and we've talked about these before. I believe we talked about them in the complete coupler teardown, and there was a few comments on there explaining how these work or how they don't work. Some of those comments were correct, some of them are incorrect, so I'm going to try to clarify anything on that. The way these work, they do have to have power to work, but they don't have constant power. So they only need power when you're reversing. They don't need constant power going down the road. If you have constant power hooked to these going down the road, the brakes are not going to work at all. They're going to allow you to back up, no problem, but you're not going to have any brakes. So these only are actuated when you're in the reverse position. So that being said, you have to have power coming from your vehicle in the reverse function coming through your plug, whether that's a 5-way plug or a 7-way plug, in order to actuate this to either lock the brake fluid completely out. This one here is a bypass, so this one allows brake fluid no matter if it's powered or not, but when powered it bypasses the brake fluid so that it doesn't have pressure back into the master cylinder. This one here is just a complete lockout. When this one is powered, it does not allow any pressure to get into the brake system, allowing you to back up. So these do go bad. These here are imports. I try to get the name brand ones when I can get them, but I will tell you they're getting harder and harder to get. I've installed both, and honestly, I've had good luck with both. We'll leave these in the description, and there's several out there. Make sure if you do need to replace this, that you get the correct one. The easiest way to test one of these, if you pull one off, you can ground it and just hook up one of the wires. Like this one here, it's just a single wire. So you would ground the body of this, then power this. You can hear the solenoid click off and on. This one here, it's not polarity sensitive. You can just hook one to ground, one to hot, and you should hear that solenoid engage and disengage. If that's working, more than likely it is working just fine. The most common issue if you're running this style system that I see is the wiring. So this is a 5-way plug, and we've had a lot of debate on 5-way plug, and we're not going to get into that today. That's for another day. And this is a 7-way adapter. So if you're running a 7-way on your truck, but if you have a 5-way, you need to buy a 7 to 5-way adapter, not a 7 to 4-way. You can make the 7 to 4-way work, but you really need a 7 to 5-way adapter. So this will plug right in, and everything is where it goes. And on that adapter, on a 7 to 5-way, you will have a center pin. On a 7 to 4-way, there will be no center pin because you don't need it. So this center pin here, when in reverse, it supplies power to the blue wire, which is going to be hooked up to the solenoid that is right behind the master cylinder. Now, back in the old days, when not every vehicle has a 7-way plug and you just have a 4-way, this will be coming off of the tow vehicle. Some of these will be molded in. You can make this work with a 5-way. There's a little cheat, but it doesn't work every time, and I'll show you why. So it will plug together, but the blue wire is not being utilized. So when you go to back up, it is going to lock the brakes up. In order to combat that, you simply take the 5-way out, you flip it around, you put it in place like that, and you turn your headlights on. When you turn your headlights on, it will send signal through the brown marker lamp wire into the blue wire and will activate the lockout if it has a ground through the coupler. If you're not making any ground through the coupler, this hack will not work, but many times it will to allow you to back it in. But the best way to do it is either have a 5-way on the tow vehicle or use a 7 to 5-way adapter. Don't rely on this because it is not going to work every time. That being said, on the wiring, another common issue is this little bad boy right here, just a simple fuse. It could be, there's several different types of fuses depending on what year and manufacturer you're running. The reverse fuse. So if you don't have reverse power coming from the tow vehicle and you have the lockout system, it is not going to work. You're not gonna be able to back up. It is gonna constantly apply pressure to the brakes. So first, check your plug. You can use a test light, check the center pin on the plug to see if it's working. Now, to be able to do that, you're gonna have to put the vehicle in reverse. So some of those have to be started. You can't just put it in reverse. Some of them the transmission has to be running in order to supply pressure to the switch that allows that. So I don't recommend standing back there and seeing if that fuse is blown. I recommend just finding that fuse location with the vehicle dead, looking at the fuse, pull the fuse out, take a look at it, see if it's popped, replace that. If it goes to working, you know it was a fuse. If you replace it with a good fuse and it's not working, it's something else down the line. Either the solenoid just went bad or you have a wiring issue. So when it comes to backing your surge brake trailer, it really just boils down to those 4 things. Have a general knowledge of how it's supposed to operate and what is required to back it, whether that's a static lockout or something electronic. If you're running a 7-way plug on your tow vehicle, but you have a 5-way plug on the trailer being towed, get you a 7 to 5-way adapter. Don't mess with it. Make sure if it does not have that center pin, it is a 7 to 4-way adapter and it is not going to work. It needs to be, I mean, these are cheap. We'll leave a link to the Pollock brand that we use if I can find it, and that will get you to working. If all that is good and it's not backing, you need to check the solenoid, the lockout, no matter what style you have. This is a master cylinder. It has this laying on the shelf. This goes in place. This one here just blocks the fluid from a pressure being applied to the caliper or drums. If all that seems to be working fine, check the fuse. So it's really just those 4 things. It's, you know, a wiring issue, general knowledge, fuse. Just make sure all your stuff works. Make sure you have fluid in that master cylinder too. We have some videos on that, because if there's no fluid in there, your brakes aren't working. You should be able to back up no problem. And honestly, Many of the trailers we see, there is no issue backing up because there's no fluid in the system. It has failed, it's corroded, it's broke, whatever have you. Make sure that thing's in good working order just to help you safely stop. Brakes are super important, and for whatever reason, they just get overlooked. Sometimes people don't think they need them. It will save the life of the brakes on your tow vehicle, but most importantly, it may save a life when it comes to a stopping situation where maybe you just got to get on it. There's some crazy drivers out there, if you haven't noticed today, and sometimes you got to mash on the brakes and hope they work. Don't depend on them working if you don't know. Have a general working knowledge, make sure all your gear is in good shape, and make sure you can stop. And with that being said, we will see you down the road.